Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 15th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They're going to get on top of it, and the onside kick is successful. The offense lining up for a first down play. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick because of the hit. Incomplete pass.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice third down stop.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint and try to put some points on the board.
And the Buffaloes in the hurry up. Off the play fake. Great protection, and down the middle it goes. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Dropping back, it's Sanders. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado! And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. They'll go to the air. He's got his man. He gets it in there for the two-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
Here comes that Alabama offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. What a grab and go for the score. They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's not going to get there as this defense stops the 2-point conversion attempt, and they hang on to this slim lead. They're wasting no time trying to get the ball back. They're going to go for an early onside kick.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
To the air, it's Sanders. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
He's got it. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
And you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to...
And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Bucs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
On the ground, it's Haynes. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Alabama pushing the tempo. Give to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And it looks as if they'll have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer as they bring in the jumbo dudes for the 2-point try. They'll try to slam it in. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Colorado 16, Alabama 12.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Horn. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Looking downfield, it's Sanders. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. New set of downs after that completion.
Well, they wanted this guy catching the ball on the right side of the field. They could have just lined him up over there, but they didn't that time. He started off on the left side. He crossed the defense and made the catch on the right side of the field.
Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Hunter. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. It's complete. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Colorado 16, Alabama 12.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Touch pass on the run. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Fourth down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? Back to throw, it's Sanders. Flushed out of the pocket. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The defense dialed up the pressure, and they hit the quarterback, and that led to the pick.
No doubt about it, Reese. Pressure affects a quarterback's accuracy. He just was not able to set his feet on that throw. The ball got away from him a little bit, and, of course, that led to the interception.
Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got his man on the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He got past the sticks and slides to a stop, but there is a flag on the play. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Buffaloes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, that quarterback is really lucky that ball wasn't intercepted. You should never throw the ball back across your body. I think because of the pressure, he felt like he had to do something quickly with the football, but that was almost a very bad play.
Sometimes the quarterback grabs the football so quick and tries to get out of his hand, rushes it a little bit on these quick throws. Sometimes they don't even grab the laces, and you could tell he just grabbed it, threw it a little bit too quick, and missed behind the wide receiver.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It's good.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
This is ultra-aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick.
Well, we're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense could do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
Leaves it with the back. Twist his way through. And he's brought down after a nice gain. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Milroe. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Alabama quickly back to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the big fellas are on the field as they try to power it in for 2. They'll try to blast their way in. He will be stopped short on the 2-point conversion attempt as they were trying to take the lead.
That keeps the score. Colorado 19, Alabama 18.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah,
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. Working that left side now. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Dropping back, it's Sanders. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Trying to get to it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! 2-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun, looking for a man. Flips it out to the back. He gets there. 2-point conversion is good, and the lead now stands at 9. They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the 2nd quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Corners are walked up tight. Back to pass, it's Milroe. The throw. And he intercepts it. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. Looking down the left side. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
just enough time to get one more snap before the half. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. With jet sweep pass. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He caught it. Touchdown Tide. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see you got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
Floating away. He's in there. Two-point conversion is good, and they're down by just 1. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. They'll see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Horn. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a bit.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. He's not afraid to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Fires to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Pushes for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He finds the end zone for the 2, and now the lead is 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times.
Fires deep for the end zone. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Taking it the other way. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Trying play action. Trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. To the air. It's Milroe. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. If it's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The RPO, it's complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Well, that play never had a chance on fourth down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage and putting points on the board.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Getting some heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard...
Fires toward the end zone. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown time.
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further.
52, Colorado, 27.
Only reason you can think of for the onside kick here is they want to stick it to him. They got it. Able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The toss sweep to the right. Still running at the 40. He's loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the route is on.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Not much reason to go for the onside kick at this point, except they want to run up the score. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Looking to scramble. That's caught. It's Haynes.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. From the gun, give on the inside. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day, dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes it...
Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. He makes the grab for the 2. I don't know why you need to go for 2 there, but they do, and it's successful. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires on the move. Makes the grab. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Buys a little extra time. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense...
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost put it.
Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he throws another interception. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. The 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Back to pass, it's Milroe. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
29.
They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
And how about it, man? Just aggressiveness. When you already got the lead, you got a comfortable lead. You're sitting pretty, but this offense, actually this coach says, I want more. I want to get this onside kick.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. The snap sets up to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats at the end of the...
Throws toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Offense working from the pistol. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. This is a long 4th down try, but the offense stays on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Alabama pushing the tempo. To throw, it's Milroe. He's got it. Touchdown tie. And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They're going to run it. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Buys a little time with his feet. Now he'll fire back into the middle. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus ride, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.